Welcome to another Founder Wisdom Pod YC edition. We have Chinmay Bharti with us. He's co-founder at Quant AI. He's part of Y Combinator's Winter 24 edition. He's been a quant developer. It's not his first startup as well. He's been a founder in resident. So interesting guy altogether. Gonna have fun talking about a bunch of topics from AI to startups. He's in SF. I'm in Oaxaca, Mexico. This podcast is brought to you by podpire.com. If you want to start or scale a podcast, go to podpire.com. Chinmay, welcome to the pod. Tell me a bit more about yourself and what you're up to nowadays.
Yeah. Hi, man. Nice to meet you, Charles. Nice to meet you guys. So, I'm Chinmay. I'm the CTO and co-founder of Codant AI. Codant AI helps you write best quality code in production. So, I'll tell you why this idea came from. In my previous stints, I observed one thing that bad code is being shipped every day. Code that doesn't have documentation, doesn't have unit tests, not readable, not maintainable, and this had an extreme impact on my company because everything slowed down. So because of this was the problem that I was passionate to solve, and I started Codant AI to solve this specific problem.
How did you get accepted into YC? You must be quite
Yeah,
exceptional.
yeah. So actually we got rejected at first. So in the first Y Combinator call, we got rejected because we were not able to convey the idea properly. But we had this thing that, hey, like, if so we got rejected to all of the VCs from India before that, and it was kind of end of the company. So we were like, hey, if we don't get accepted here, then it's not gonna fly. So we wrote a mail again that, hey, can you give me one chance? And this never happens, like they don't give another chance. But Tom is the group partner. He actually gave us another chance, and he scheduled an interview with Michael Siebel. And like, we explained the idea properly to Michael, and that's why we got accepted, and here we are right now.
So what did Michael see in you and your co-founder, right? You're two or three?
Yeah, two.
Okay, two. What did he see in both of you and what kind of feedback did he give to you?
Yeah, man. So it's just a 10 minutes meeting. So first of all, he was impressed by the never give up attitude. So, like, if founders are this much committed that they can get shit done. So that was the first thing that impressed him. And second is, we were able to put the idea in words very properly because we practiced a lot for that. We messed up once, so we exactly knew what to say. And Michael was like, hey, this actually makes sense, and you guys are very well suited to solve this problem. So yeah, like, we'll give you a chance. Yeah. That's what happened.
Right. Then tell me about your background because you're a smart guy. You've been a quant developer. I think it's the first time I see that title on LinkedIn.
Yeah. So I graduated from IIT Bombay. So it's one of the top engineering institutes in India. Then I did a quant developer internship at Blue Analytics. So that's a German trading firm where I worked there. So it was just a bunch of mathematicians tried to hack the market, and they wanted a developer to develop all the algorithms for them. So I worked there for 6 months, built their whole infrastructure from ground up, and I always wanted to do startups, man. Like, in my college years also, I tried to start a lot of stuff, but nothing really took off. So I decided to join another startup as a founding engineer. So I joined Zevi. So we were building search engines for D2C brands. So consider Amazon like search interface for your Shopify store or something like that. So that was the idea, and we were building that. And I saw the whole 0 to 1 journey there. Like, I joined the team when they didn't have any revenue, any funding. So build the whole product, and building a search product is like especially difficult because you have to manage a lot of scale and stuff. So yeah, man, it's been a rough ride. But after college, I had a placement at I got placed at Jaguar Land Rover into their autonomous car division. But I was like, okay, I mean, that was not something that I wanted to do. I was like, I resigned before even joining the job, and I was like, let's see what happens. And I just started working on code and AI, and fortunately, I got into Y Combinator.
Right. What was the challenges of coding for mathematicians?
Oh, man, thus, whenever you are trading the markets, the number one most important thing is latency. You have to be your code should be extremely optimized to a millisecond. Like that is the kind of latency that they expect. So, like writing a lot of low level code and optimizing the analysis. So I mean it's more like writing C++, very low level C++, and working with FPGAs and stuff. So it's that's where I actually learned the importance of good code. And this importance of good code is not really known to a lot of people outside the trading world. So that's why I was like, yeah man, this is something that can be useful for everyone, and we can actually create a lot of value with this. So that's where the good code comes from.
Do you see a mathematical world when you look at the laws of physics and what's surrounding you? Do you see a world that's coded?
Oh god. This kind of a matrix stuff, but uh I mean, I don't have a very strong thoughts about it. It's like this question is very similar to, are we living in a simulation? So maybe yeah, maybe not, but I mean, so one thing that I'm seeing by living in this industry is, because of AI, everything is transforming so fast. And I'll tell you one thing, man. Incumbents are very scared because now, so I actually have an AI agent set up. So I have uh, five AI developers coding for me. And man, like you can achieve such a scale with these agents. And incumbents are really scared because incumbents have built the system by hiring like 200 engineers, and now we can disrupt them with, like, we have infinite engineers on our hand. So this actually presents a very nice opportunity for disruption of all the incumbents that are there, and a lot of IC companies are trying that. So someone is building an alternative to Salesforce, like AI enabled alternative to Salesforce. We are building an AI enabled alternative for SonarQube. So SonarQube is the industry leader in code quality. So a lot of transformations are happening. So this actually, we can actually change the dynamics of the whole world. We can shift the powers in the tech industry by just having AI work for us, man.
Dude, I love that. Is it custom built? Why don't you offer that as a service?
Yeah, so actually, we have taken it from, so there's this open source GitHub repository, GPT Engineer. So we built some custom layers on top of that, and people are also developing. So if you know, Devin came out. So Devin is your AI software engineer. Within a week, people have built open source Devin. People are building open source Perplexity, man. Like Perplexity is like, I don't know, $200 million funded, and they are building the open source alternative for that. So, and it's and the product is itself, like open source Perplexity is itself is very good. So it's not like it's hard to build. It's just building is so easy right now that everyone is. I mean, this is similar to industrial revolution that happened, the AI revolution, and within the next 5 years, a lot of things are going to get disrupted.
And how are they automated? Are they testing your platforms as potential customers, reporting bug to fixing or executing on new features?
Okay. Uh, okay. So I we personally use it to develop new features, and once the features are developed, we also pass it through a testing pipeline. So end-to-end development and testing. Obviously, there is. So I'll tell you the vision of Code and AI. In few years, you will have tens and hundreds of AI agents writing code for you. So there has to be a super agent that oversees whatever output is being generated. So Codant AI will evolve into that super agent. So what I'm doing right now is I'm looking what are all the agents producing. But my job will be replaced by Codant AI, and Codant will actually review all the code that is being generated, refactor the code, test the code. So that's how I'm seeing Codant AI to evolve. So that's the long-term vision.
I love that. Then what will you do as the CEO?
I mean, in what context?
Your company's context, because you said it would replace you.
Uh, yeah, man. So yeah, obviously, like there is always room for iteration or and optimization. So once you develop a feature, you get new ideas that hey, we can implement this also, we can implement that also. And through my journey, I've understood one thing, that to survive uh, in the market, like customers are so difficult to predict. Like it's so random that you will never know. You never know what is the thing that they really want. So you have to build multiple verticals at the same time and see how they react to it. And a lot of startups don't do that, and that's why they die. They just spend building one vertical completely for a year, and after that they get to understand that hey, this is not something people want. So that is the trap that I guess a lot of startups are falling into.
Fully agree with it, but I wouldn't say that customers are not predictable. I think they're very predictable. I think that the market itself is quite hard to predict, but
Mhm.
customers, it's quite easy to predict what they want. They don't know how to explain in clear words, which is why you need data points, inflections, and AIs to sort of make sense of all of that. But they're somewhat predictable. I want to ask you though, AI, do you think it can be creative? And if so, when exactly? That would be the new frontier.
Hmm. Yeah. So, did you watch that Hume AI demo?
Nope.
Bro,
I'm
you
gonna
should
Google
definitely
it.
watch that.
Mm,
Demo.hume.ai.
okay.
So, it actually has emotions built into it. So, as you talk to the AI, it actually tells you what is your emotion, and it reacts in contrast to that emotion. So, if you see the demo, what they have done is uh, so they have actually converted the emotions into a numerical format, or a categorical format, and they have built a model. I mean, this is what I'm assuming they have done. They have built a model that will actually predict the category of the text that you're speaking, and it also has the intensity. It also judges the intensity and stuff. But creativity is something that can definitely be taught to AI. So, for example, currently, whenever you are making any call, any LLM call, there is this parameter temperature. So, if you set the temperature too high, let's say you set the temperature to 1, then AI gets more creative. And if you set the temperature to 0, then AI gives more deterministic results. So creativity, like people have already started fine tuning on the creativity parameter, temperature parameter. So that is definitely possible, man.
Right. I find that the AI creativity is quite poor. My definition of creativity as a founder obsessed with product market fit is an idea that makes sense, right? It's a great idea. I have a very strong feeling that it's gonna have a product market fit. AIs, I don't often get impressed by that, whether it's the data points in my brain and so forth. And from listening to your definition, it seems that the stronger you go on the creative sides, the riskier you also go.
Yeah.
So, and then I ask myself, is the AI poor at creation because it can't really predict the future, or is it because it's lacking a bunch of data points that I have? Like, what do I have that it doesn't?
Mm, okay. Ah, so I think I think this can be, I mean, I'm not sure, but this can be solved to some extent via the assistance model. So I'll tell you an interesting use case. So one of my batchmates in YC, so they took all the lectures of Sam Altman and all the startup lectures of Sam Altman and feeded it, like fine tuned the AI on top of it. And now people are talking to that AI and asking for advice. And it is actually, it's very similar to Sam Altman giving you advice on your startup. That's super powerful, man. Like how, like let's say we make an AI of you, like you are the expert of lead generation and stuff. So we can actually just get all of your podcast, all of your YouTube content, and make an AI of you, and then people can ask you questions that, hey, is my email correct, is my this correct, that correct. Man, that's super powerful. You can make AI clones that can actually do uh, to some extent what you can do, but obviously like it's impossible to completely replace the human right now.
Right. No, that makes a lot of sense. Say that we take Altman, Paul Graham, and all the YC people, pair it with a bunch of Silicon Valley top gurus, and we ask them for product market fit idea. I'm pretty sure that it would be kick-ass ideas, especially if it's real time. Imagine if
Yeah,
you can have like real time advice that they give yesterday on a podcast, and then you can branch it out. You can go in the branch of these ideas and suggest similar stuff because AIs are good at that too.
yeah.
Um, do you see GPT-5 being deployed this year? What are your AI predictions?
I've I went to a mixer yesterday, and so it was a code generation founders meetup. So there I saw the, I mean, there was an engineer from OpenAI was also there. So we asked him the same question: when is it coming out? So he said that there might not be GPT-5, so there might be GPT 4.5. So and it's coming out very soon. I'm not sure whether he was lying or not, but he had a poker face. So, but I believe that, so Claude released Opus, and a lot of people are already replacing GPT-4 with Opus in production. And this is all of the founders that I'm talking to. 70% of the founders have done that. So if they don't release something right now, it's difficult for them. So they will definitely release something in the next 3 months.
Yeah, I went from GPT-4 to Gemini Alpha, and then yeah, that Opus is it's so exciting, man. Yeah, I felt like we had like a lack of excitement for a couple of months, but yeah, it's really impressive the kind of startup war that we're witnessing. Do you think this war to and in this arms race will finish in a good way, or do you think we're gonna finish in Armageddon?
Man, that's why I like Anthropic, because their motto is building safe AGI. So so if you look at the job market right now, there are very less jobs in the market. Because I'll tell you one thing: I was this close to hiring a front end engineer and a front end designer. Then I got to know this tool Subframe that offers everything in $50 per month. Like you can actually design components. They have beautiful templates. You can design components and then you directly get the React JS code. So I was actually going to hire two engineers, but I ended up getting the tool for $50 per month. Man, it's insane ROI. Like, why would I hire people now? So I mean, because of this advancement, it's getting scary. I mean, I'm not sure, like, how will people end up? Like, where will people end up if they don't have jobs? And everyone is opting for CS. But I mean, it's difficult, man. Like, CS, there are very few kind of jobs that will still be relevant after, like, let's say 5 to 10 years. and it's scary, dude. Like I'm not sure how this will play out. Like time will tell, but already the job market is shit. So
Right.
I'm scared because they're scared of that.
Yeah, the answer would be like if they're highly creative, you might want to hire them. But then if they're highly creative and gritty, why don't they start their own startups? So I think that at least 70 to 80% of the market will be self-employed in a decade or two from now.
Yeah, man. That definitely makes sense, Charles. I mean, indie hackers, indie like creator economy is something that is like developing rapidly, and yeah, like these are the only two domains that remain. So apart from software, I guess creator economy is something that will thrive, and people building hardware will also thrive because you need hardware to run AI, and everyone is like running AI, but there is not enough hardware for that. So I don't know, man, how it will play out, but yeah, creator economy definitely has potential.
And then what will become of corporation? Will they let go of employees by the 10,000s in terms of the future if everyone is using AIs now? What will become of them?
Yeah, corporations are doomed to fail, I believe, because I'll tell you why. Uh, People are already building what, so let's say one corporation took 10 years to build everything from scratch, like they have been developing something from 2009, and now people are building the same thing within like a year or two, and there are a lot of open source components available, so it's very easy to get started. So I think ultimately, uh, at least in software, there will be a very flat hierarchy. uh, so it will be like everyone, I mean, it will be like there won't be any big players in software because everything will be commoditized. You see Google, man, like Google was developing search since like last 20 years, but now how many Google searches do you do? You just go on
Zero.
chat gpt.
Yeah, exactly.
You just go on chat. There's this website Stack Overflow that is used for debugging. You should see the graph. So the searches have like exponentially dropped because everyone now asks chat gpt. Stack Overflow was such a big company, man. Like, I
It's
don't know, man.
crazy how many industries ChatGPT disrupted, and like Altman is walking like almost oblivious to what he just. I'm pretty sure he's not oblivious, but
Yeah,
he shifted time and space and the future of humanity by aggregating top talent in one little room and making miracles happen. Um,
yeah,
Thanks so much for today, Chinmay. We're already out of time. We'll do round two.
yeah.
You're an interesting guy. Where can people find out more about you?
Yeah, so you can connect me on LinkedIn and Twitter. Sorry, X. You can connect me. You can just search Chinmay Bharti, and or you can also visit Kodan.ai to know more about what we are doing and get connected with us. Thank you.